Hello everyone. Today we will study the three categories of work. Positive work. So in order to understand positive work, let us take an example. A box is lying on the floor. A person from here is applying a force on this box. So we know that the force, if it is sufficient, it will displace this box to a particular position here. So this is the second position of the box where there is a displacement of D here. So the displacement has happened in this direction and the force is also in this direction. So the force and displacement are in the same direction. If force and displacement are in the same direction, we can say that the work done is positive. Let us discuss some more examples about it. A mango is falling from a tree. So, what is the work done by the force of gravity on that mango? So, in which direction gravity acts? Gravity is acting in a direction down. So, when the mango is falling, this is the direction of gravity. So, the displacement is also in this direction. So, what type of a work is done by gravity when a mango is falling down? It is a positive work. So, children, what is the work done by gravity on a freely falling body? That can be a question to you. The work done is a positive work. So, sometimes somebody may ask you, give an example of a positive work. These two are examples of positive work. So here we may note that the angle between the force and displacement is 0 here. So for positive work to be done, the angle can range from 0 to just less than 90 degrees. So whenever we find a force which is having an angle ranging from 0 to less than 90 degrees, we can say that the work done is positive. So, I may give you another example. If this is the displacement and you all had small cars in your childhood, right? And you will be tying a rope on these cars and always pulling in that rope. A child is there. He is pulling the rope like this. Here force is in this direction and displacement is in this direction, right? So what is the type of angle formed between this force and displacement? This is an acute angle. An acute angle, you know, always lies between the range 0 and 90 degrees. So in this case also, the work done is positive. Let us now go back to the second category of work, that is zero work. So we have already studied positive work. The second category is zero work. So let us consider the examples of zero work. A person is holding a load on his head and he is moving in this direction. So let us think about what is the angle between the force and displacement. So a person is there, he is holding a load on his head and he is moving in this direction. So displacement is in this direction, but in order to balance the body on his head, he is applying a force in this direction. So force is in this direction, displacement is in this direction. So tell me, what is the angle between force and displacement? Yes, it is 90 degrees. So here force and displacement has an angle 90 degrees between them. So such a type of work is called zero work when force and displacement are perpendicular to each other. So let us consider another example of zero work. So the second example of zero work. Suppose a child named Ramu, he is pushing a huge stone. So, and he is failing to move it. So what is zero there? the force is a finite value there, but he is pushing a stone and he failed to move it. So what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. When force is finite and displacement is 0, then also F into D, we get a 0 work. So let us discuss another example. A satellite is moving around the earth. So we know that we have a lot of satellites moving around the earth. Our space technology is that much expanding. So earth and there is a satellite. So what is the direction of displacement of the satellite? You have already studied in your first chapter that the direction of displacement is tangential. And the gravitational force holds the satellite towards earth. So this is the direction of the force and this is the direction of the displacement, where you find that again the angle between the force and displacement is 90 degree. So here also it is 0 work. So questions may be asked to you to give the examples of 0 work, or specifically what is the work done by the gravitational force on a satellite revolving around. What is the work done by sun on earth which is revolving around the sun. The examples, these are all examples of 0 work. Now what is the category, the next category of work? That is negative work. So, can you give me some examples for negative work? Now you may be able to cite some examples from our daily life. So, we are kicking a ball. We are kicking a football and the football is moving in this direction. It's displacing in this direction. But we know that there is an opposing force acting on this ball which makes it to come to rest. What is that force called? Yes, it is friction. So this friction is acting in the opposite direction. Here, force and displacement are in the opposite direction, or you can say that it's an extreme angle equal to 180 degree. When they are opposite direction, we can say that the work is negative. Let us go to another example. When we are probing a body up, what is the work done by gravity on a body which is probed up? So what is the displacement? It is up. And what is the force of gravity direction? It is down. So in that case also, we are moving a body up. The displacement is up. The gravity is down. So there also the angle between the force and displacement is 180 degree. So these are the examples of negative work. Here you may note that it is not the maximum value of 180 degree. Any angle which ranges between 90 degree, just above 90 degree and 180 degree can make a negative work. So just above 90 degree and up to 180 degree can create a negative work. Suppose there is a box here and it is getting displaced like this. Some force is acting like this. So what is the angle? This is an obtuse angle. So 90 to 180 degree, it's an obtuse angle. So the angle between the force and displacement lies in the obtuse range. We can definitely say that the work done by the force on that particular body is a negative work. Thank you.